Ladies and gentlemen, check, hot sauce coming at you right here. I want to share something personal, everybody, and it has a difference. I'm going to share the difference between holding cryptocurrency versus ETF cryptocurrency. Now, the example I'm going to show you today is it's BITI is the ticker. That's the BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF on the NASDAQ stock exchange. Okay, you can buy this ETF with money that you have in a stock exchange account, right? Now, crypto, as we know, is 24/7. Cryptocurrency never shuts off, and it's outside of stock exchanges, right? Like Coinbase.com. You can have an account which is a crypto exchange. It's not a self-custody wallet. If we want to be completely decentralized away from pretty much regulation and any third-party person getting in the way, that's where we download our self-custody wallet and we put our tokens in there. Now, here's my example. I was looking at some charts, and on Bitcoin, look, it's 52-week lows, everybody. We're stoked. This is where people get wealthy and make a lot of money. You need to understand that. I know there's a bunch of stress because a lot of retail investors bought a little bit higher, but this is an opportunity. These all-time lows, these 52-week lows that we're seeing are opportunities. Bitcoin hit 60,001 yesterday. Nope, it was this morning. It was after 4 o'clock. These are daily candles right here. Daily candles. And this was yesterday. Okay, so and we got down to 62,505. Or no, the wick goes a little bit lower, 62,208. And that candle closes at 4 o'clock Pacific time. A new candle starts right away. When it's green, the body starts a little bit higher than the close. This is where it opened at 4:01 p.m. Pacific time. Check this out. Then we saw a wick that shot down, okay, on that orange line right here. That's the 52-week low. Bitcoin hit 60,001 yesterday, approximately around, after 4 p.m. Now, I didn't have any money in no dry powder in my crypto exchange account, but I have about $10,000 in my stock market exchange account. I happen to have it's Charles Schwab. Okay, there's tons of them out there. It's Schwab because of, I'm not going to show you that. It's Schwab because I had an E-Trade account that got bought out by Scott Trade and this and that. So anyway, that's who owns that account right now. I've got dry powder in there. I want to put it in to a crypto ETF. Here's the point I'm making. You can buy cryptocurrency anytime. It's 24/7. You can put your limit order. If it doesn't hit your limit order, you just move it down or move it up accordingly to get filled. Okay? I have done market orders before. There's certain reasons for it, but I don't do market orders in the stock market because it closes at 4 o'clock Eastern time. And so the next day, you don't know where it's going to open at. So I wanted to deploy some of my dry powder into an ETF. It's a Bitcoin ETF. It's BITI is the ticker. It's right here. Here it is right here. And, I've never bought an ETF or a cryptocurrency ETF. I did put, actually, I apologize. I do have a different IRA account that I did buy some just to see when it first came out. It didn't do much. It doesn't move like crypto. Okay, it's just kind of stagnant. Now, here's the problem. I put in a limit order to buy the IBIT ETF from BlackRock because it's all-time lows. This works off of Bitcoin. Okay, the BlackRock uses Bitcoin as some kind of treasury to build capital, to sell their product, this ETF, which the ticker is IBIT. Now, right here, I put in yesterday, at the close of the day, it was after 4 o'clock, sorry, it was after 1 o'clock Pacific time, okay? That's when the stock market closes, 1 o'clock Pacific. I put in a limit order at $36. Look at my cursor over here, because I wanted to get it filled. The low came in at $35.33. So I put in my limit order a little bit above that because I wanted it to get filled. So I put it about right around $36. Guess what happened? This morning, when the New York Stock Exchange opened, it opened up here. It opened at $37.90 above my limit purchase order. Guess what? I didn't get filled. I was kind of bummed because I still had that order in, but look, out of my allocated $10,000, I'm only putting in 500 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 there. That's my personal strategy. I'm DCAing because we're at the bottom. There's opportunities to make money right now. I'm a little bit irritated because I didn't get filled. That's the difference between the stock exchange and crypto. Crypto's 24/7. It never sleeps. Stock exchange closes 4 p.m. Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday. No action on the weekend. There is some after-hour trading, but the volume's low. You don't even mess with that. So each day, the price of a stock or ETF opens accordingly. It opens at whatever price it wants to open at. Is there some manipulation on, off-market trading? Of course, there's stuff going on there. So that's why, look, if I would have done a market order, it would have got filled up here at like 38. I'd wanted to get filled at 36. Okay, that's the difference. ETFs that have to do with crypto or anything have a closing price and then an opening price the next day. Be aware of that, everybody. And so here again, I'm looking at some other spots to deploy my money. I might just go throw that cash into my crypto account, but it was more streamlined for me personally to use my stock exchange account to take a look and start getting used to these ETFs, because a lot of people, they're not ready and they're a little bit trepidatious and not fully confident about just buying crypto straight out. This is a way, because these ETFs are regulated by the SEC. These financial institutions have to follow strict legalities that when they ask clients for money to manage their money, they have to follow strict guidelines. That's what the ETF is in terms of being different from crypto never going to sleep. And just all around, looking at these things here, I'm a little irritated because there's a lot of people that made money. They got in on certain crypto projects last night, and we're seeing a move up. Okay, XRP did that same thing. 52-week low was $1.11, and it basically today completely recovered from yesterday's close. I'm going to measure that if I can see it. Man, if you would have bought XRP yesterday, you just made a 36.56 return on your money. See how this works, people? When you're down because you bought XRP up at $3 or something like that, guess what? You could have gotten in here and bought it for $1.11, and now it's up at trading currently right now up at $1.45. So 36.56% on your money. You're not behind anymore. See how that works? We love when markets come down to discount prices so we can purchase things. Now, is this a turnaround on the market as a whole? I honestly don't think so. I think this is what we call a dead cat bounce. I'll put the definition up on the screen here. Although this candle is a little bit bigger, usually a dead cat bounce, we're seeing smaller recoveries back down to the support level. So, hey, I just want to share that with you today. I got to get back on my studies to make a move here. I gotta deploy some of this money. I got to get it in the right spots. If the crypto starts to make my head spin, I'm going to move over into safer investing strategies like selling covered calls. That's what I've been doing successfully even in these down markets. You're not going to be making as much. It's smaller percentages, but it's just a slow and steady technique that I've learned and gotten pretty good at it over the last 3-4 years here. So wanted to share that with y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Friday, everybody, going in the weekend. Crypto never sleeps. That's why it's exciting. It's be careful with this dead cat bounce thing, because we're seeing like a full day's recovery. Come on now, it's 36.5% recovery on XRP. That's huge. I want to know what the percentage. I'll leave you with this. The percentage on Bitcoin's recovery was 19.48%. See the difference there? The larger market caps are decreasing the volatility, whereas the altcoins have a stronger movement up as well as stronger movements down. Keep that in mind as you move forward with your education and moving on with your personal investing. Hopsaw signing out. Thanks for checking in, everybody. Give me that thumbs up and hit that sub if you would, please. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Do something fun. Do something fun out there. Check out these videos. If you're interested, put a couple other stuff up here that you might enjoy. All right, peace out.